First of all, I would like to thank God, because without God, none of this would be possible. Making it to the University of Miami, making it to the NBA, and now the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank my mom for always believing in me, supporting my dreams, giving me the opportunity to achieve those dreams, and never forcing me to, growing up, get a job. Always allowed me to go out to the park and practice. It was either or, go get a job or go practice, so I decided to go practice. I'd like to thank Douglas, who is no longer here. I was a child that wasn't his, yet he raised me as his own. I'd like to thank Mr. Chuck and Ms. Rhonda for putting the ball in my hand and cultivating my gifts, my God-given ability. I'd like to thank all the coaches that I've had in my career. I had so many coaches, I can't even name them all. Starting out here, I had Coach Ham and Coach Jones, and I had them for 2 years, and they went off to the Washington Wizards. It's funny because when Coach Ham was getting offered the job, he called me and was like, man, I know I promised you I was going to be here for 4 years, but they about to give me $10 million. I was like, man, you got to take that. Then after he left, Coach Clark came. And, it's funny because Coach Ham really, my first 2 years, he really focused on maturing me as a man before, a basketball player. And when Coach Clark came, I really needed him for basketball purposes because he kind of, I changed positions. He moved me to point guard. That was my best position. He gave me the ball, and he allowed me to go. So those two coaches combined really, cultivated me to become, the player I became. One quick story on how I even came to Miami, or almost didn't come to Miami. I call it the snowstorm from God. When I was getting recruited, when I was growing up, I was the biggest Michigan fan. I was the biggest Fab Five fan ever. I used to watch their game on, I had their game on tape. This when, we had, VCRs back in the day. I used to rewind that tape every day and watch their games every day. They wore the baggy shorts. They wore the black socks with the Nike swoosh on there, and they had the Huarache sneakers. I was a fan. I knew everything about them. I actually wore number 5 because of Jalen Rose wore number 5. So I was, the biggest fan. So they started recruiting me, and it was like when I got that first phone call, I was like, oh, this is no brainer. I almost committed over the phone without taking a visit. But I had, some people like my mom and, a couple of coaches was like, man, you got to at least take a visit. You can't commit over the phone without taking a visit. So I set up my visit. I was supposed to go to take my visit to Michigan. And a couple of days later, they called me, was like, we're having a snowstorm this weekend. So we want to cancel your trip, and why don't you set it up for next year? So I was like, all right, that's cool. In my back of my mind, I'm like, I'm still coming. I don't care. I would have went through the snowstorm if they allowed me. But they was like, no, let's cancel it. It's a bad snowstorm coming. So the next day, I talked to Coach Ham, and I told him, it's like, yeah, Michigan, they just canceled my visit. He was like, oh yeah, why don't you come down here? It's not snowing here. So I was like, all right. I knew about Miami. I knew about the weather. As a child, it's funny because I got a picture with me and one of my best friends, and I have on a white and orange Miami sweatshirt. So I knew about Miami. It was all football back then. And I knew, about the city, the weather, and it was in the middle of the winter in Philly. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a visit. Come down there, enjoy some great weather, see the scenery, see what it's about. And long story short, I never made my Michigan visit. So my wife and my kids are here today, and they should thank God for that snowstorm. And I didn't thank my wife. I actually met her at the University of Miami. And she's been there from through all the hard times, all the ups and downs. So I thank her. Just we have 4 kids now. 2 of them are here. Josiah and Sarai is over there. Josiah and Sarai, you should thank God for the snowstorm too. With all that being said, it's all about the you.